basic 101 stuff. Sometimes you guys forget, sometimes I forget. So Gaia's here to remind us the basics, right? So this is A for ascension, right? There's ascension and descension. At the most basic level, ascension is matter ascending into consciousness, right? And descension is consciousness descending into matter. This is where you guys are, right? Me too, to the extreme. And this is what Gaia's been trying to do, right? So I would say, for those of you who don't know, like Shiva would be consciousness as a noun, right? I am that I am. I, consciousness, right? It's not active. Shakti is consciousness as a verb. It's the action of consciousness. If you've cleared out your Atlantean programming, your identity, and there's nothing hanging up and your aspects are integrated and you've done all your work, then this is what it would look like simply. So Gaia's been kind of hanging out here, right? She came to Earth. There was a planet that we all came to, but we couldn't stay on it. There was no way to keep our physical form. We were just pure consciousness with a tiny bit of energy, and we just kept popping off. So we were trying to find ways, like creative ways to stay on Earth. Angels ended up mixing with animals, creating some kind of mixed species of consciousness and energy, right? But there still wasn't like a soul to the planet. So Gaia is kind of like, she's not a soul being, she's not a human. She's an entity or a collective consciousness. It just depends on like which prism you're looking at. So she's been hanging out here. She went through the Lemurian era, right? And then we went through the Atlantean era. And at the fall of Atlantis, a group of us got together, right? We've talked about this a lot. And we were like, this place is about to be infiltrated by an outside force. And they're going to use all the experiments gone wrong to turn this planet into a not nice place. Any kind of movie you see, Star Wars, Dune, we're going to turn humans into robots, basically. So a group of us got together and said the only way to save planet Earth is to flood it, fire it, apocalypse it, wipe everything out and start over. And Gaia was like, you know what, guys? Fuck this shit. I'm out of here. So we made a deal with her. Can you just stay? And she's made it a deal to stay through the next era, right? To the next apocalypse. So we're here, and she's going, okay, in your memory loss, you have forgotten this deal. It's time for me to go. I have other things to do. So she's been in matter, and she started ascending last year. She basically pulled out like 90%. And in the dream she came to me, she had like 10% left to kind of pull out, right? Which is what we were trying to do this morning. So she's going this way, right? So to keep a balance on planet Earth, if she just took off, right? What would the Earth look like? It would be disastrous, exactly. Anybody else?
Well, the electromagnetic fields will be totally...
Exactly, she's been holding these grids and these fields, so the electromagnetic fields would be disrupted. Potential just total collapse.
Regulated by emotions and mental.
Right, so it's just, if she did this, like, screw everybody else, right? Which, that's where she's at. But, you know, if she just decided, okay, here was the end of my contract with your humanity, then it would just create total chaos, even more than we're seeing. So when she came to me, she's like, I just need it doesn't take that many. You know, Moria would always say it only takes 5. Yezha would say it only takes 5, right? So that's what we were trying to do here in this event, is just have 5. So you guys, right, are descending. That's what you've been trying to do for lifetimes. Like you have a buildup of lifetimes to get to this descension, right? So here's the human. And all of this is coming down. But it can't come down if you have a firm identity. Me, 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 me. I. What about my bank account? What about my boyfriend? What if I lose something? What if, like, that really hyper-focused, it's all about me thing. And it also appears as unworthiness. Oh, I'm unworthy of this. And then, you know, that, right? So she's been waiting for enough people to allow this. And if you have done the work and you're cleared out, right? You've cleared out your aspects that are located in each of the aspects are in chakras. Sorry, Adamus, right? Or you just bypass all your chakras through that singular communications network, through the Sushumna breath. You don't run information through all of your past lifetime karma. You're not running it through, like, you know, you have your root chakra that I am safe. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. Right? You're running energy through that chakra and it's unbalanced. So you kind of have two options. You can skip all the chakras and do the singular communications network, which is what St. G. Adamus has been preaching. Katumi says if that doesn't work, right, you clear out your chakras and your past lifetimes, and which is aspect integration and your language, and then you run it through the chakras. You can do that too, right? But it's getting stuck. It can't even come in because a lot of you still have these remnants of this headband on, the Atlantean design mind. You know, so what it looks like is if you clear yourself out, you know, think of it as like one dot, right? It's not running through all the garbage as it descends, right? So, but what it looks like, you know, Pigpen from Peanuts, Charlie Brown? He always has a cloud of dust around him. Here's your headband. Clown. I need a clown drawing. I don't know how to draw a clown. Then it can't come through. And then you create garbage. And meanwhile, Gaia's like if 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people do this, then she can ascend without fucking up the electronic grids, the balance of Earth. I mean, it's an apocalypse. We need to make it big. Why are you here? You wouldn't want to miss the entertainment, right? You wouldn't want to miss the entertainment of the apocalypse. You were sitting in wherever you were before you came back to Earth. You're like, oh, it actually looks interesting down there. I've been so bored. Same lifetime, same partner, same souls, you know, different timeline, different details, right? But you look down and you go, oh, another apocalypse. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But then your human gets here and it goes, I'm in an apocalypse. I don't care. I don't want to be here. You know? So that was the whole thing that she was trying to do. She came to me in the dream, and that's why this is not like a workshop that I sold or anything. She was just like, I just need a couple people to not be assholes. How much assholeness did we see? And I still love you guys, but it's not you. It's the Pigpen. It's the Atlantean design mind, right? And a lot of you stay in the Atlantean design mind in some certain ways because you feel guilty about it. You don't feel worthy of releasing it. It's not that you can't, right? So all you have to do is take a step back, right? We're in Katumi's back away from the need to perceive. Again, how do I do that? Oh, you just take a step back. When something feels intense, emotionally, mentally, or it's a story about you, like little YU, it's a story about, you know, Eminem, the identity, right? I mean, you don't do that, obviously, but as soon as you see that, all you do is go, that's it. That is the only thing that has to happen. That's it. I mean, literally. If it's a story about your human, he said, she said, Safety, ability to survive, relationships. It starts to become really, really obvious if you watch it, right? And that's what clears up Pigpen. Pigpen is no longer Pigpen. He becomes Snoopy, because Snoopy's way cooler. You know? Snoopy on his typewriter. That's my favorite Snoopy. There's so many versions of Snoopy, right? So no more Pigpens. That's what she's saying, right? So you guys have been hanging out. Your consciousness is here. I mean, it's made the descent, right? It's making the descent. You're here. She's here. To get here, all you have to do is go here. Do you see? And it balances out, and you have just changed the entire trajectory of Earth for the better. That undoes all your Atlantean karmic lifetimes, or Lemuria, or wherever the hell. Greece, Egypt, Yeshua, any of the ancient civilizations. It just undoes it all. That's it. That's it.